Hello, visionaries. It is Kait Visser here, your visionary business coach and mentor, your certified ADHD baddie, and we are here for week 3 of Powerhouse Era Live, where we are diving into all things how to enter your personal brand powerhouse era in your personal brand magnetism and building, in your organic sales and marketing, and building your visionary body of work to multiple six figures and beyond. And if you want to receive any of these replays, make sure you are on the Wealthy Visionary newsletter, because I'll be sending more out this week. Today we are talking about embracing more of the Wealthy Visionary path in 2026. You'll see me looking side to side because I'm filming for Instagram and TikTok. And by TikTok, I mean YouTube. So make sure you're on my YouTube channel, subscribe there as well, because you can receive the replays in high definition with captions as well. So I want to talk a little bit more about understanding and embracing the Wealthy Visionary path in 2026. This is going to be for you if you are a big visionary in your work, you have expansive ideas, projects, a movement, a body of work, a purpose beyond yourself. If you are multi-passionate, very creative, and very ambitious, or you know you have some of these symptoms in your business and in your brand because you are an ADHD and neurodivergent entrepreneur. If that is you, you are in the right place. But you're also here because you are experiencing a growth and scaling cap on your capacity, on your growth ability in your brand, and in your self-confidence, your leadership ability in your business and in your brand, because you are trying to fit yourself into a business model and a brand identity and a way of being that was not designed for you. And we need to talk about how we can get you out of what feels like safety, but is actually self-sabotaging patterns, what is actually self-limitation. Because the truth is that you cannot go into another year in your business going in the same patterns and lying to yourself that eventually it's going to start working, and calling it safety, calling it discipline, calling it the artist's way. Now, you are probably somewhere in between. You want your business to feel really sustainable, very intuitive. What you do needs to feel good in response to your body. You need to be making decisions that come from your dopamine direction. They feel in tune with your values, feels true to your body, to your vision, right? You're a person who is in integrity with your work, with your vision. But you also have a big vision for your brand and your business. You are very ambitious. You have high standards for yourself, and you know that you could be playing on a higher level. You're just not sure how to bridge the path to take your expansive, chronic creative nature, all that you are, and the way that your brain works, your squiggly brain, and also match it with your big ambition and finding a path to make it all work. If you stay in my world long enough, you will figure it out. And it's not even just a step-by-step process. It is a process of becoming, and it is a calibration of being. So my work is not just, I'm a business coach and I help you book clients. No, it is far beyond that. And that is just a natural result. Growing your brand, making scales, scaling your business is just an organic result of being in my world and consistently going through my work. I am here to help you access a new expanded level of your brand and self-identity and self-leadership. I am here to help you uncover and fall more in love with and guide yourself to your dopamine direction in your work, your go all in ability in your work, what's going to light you up the most, and to help you build your wealthy movement. So many other things in addition, but those are some of the core things. And so people come to me because they understand that just generic one-size-fits-all strategies and solutions to business haven't worked for them so far, even if they know that they are valid, right? Like they know they should be more organized. You know you should be following more systems and strategies and all these things. You know that launching is good. You know that having like a core offer is good. You know that consistency will come with having a more niched business, but yet you can't stick to one offer and you struggle to stick to one topic in your messaging. So you know the rules, but why are you struggling to play by them? That's where you need to keep me in your world for 2026, because the first thing that we need to break through today is this blanket, or more so cloak, of shame that you wear. And not even just shame. I'm not just here to say like believe in yourself. No, I mean you are wearing a shame cloak subconsciously, that very subconsciously, that is holding you back on a subconscious level, that is keeping you playing small in your marketing, in your offers, and how you are being in your business, who you are being. So maybe you are finding yourself in constant cycles of going, well, I know what works to just be a niche expert, just focus on one thing in my business, and that can be good for a while. And for a season, a lot of us have to follow the anchoring path for a while to build a strong, stable foundation of income and reciprocity and trust in our business. There's a time and season for that. But once you hit a growth and scaling stage in your business, you have to realize that that's probably not going to work for you. You are more of an expander. So these are growth archetypes that actually break down inside of my Powerhouse, Personal Brand Powerhouse program, which is pre-launching right now on the Wealthy Visionary email newsletter list. It will be releasing in January, because you're realizing that you cannot just grow by a niched path, by a one-size-all niche path. You need a path that continues to allow you to expand with it. Because you're probably here, and you're probably realizing that you aren't just here to just do one thing. And it's not even so much about just being multi-passionate, it's about you becoming all that you know you're capable of being. It's about not building an unconscious glass box for yourself in your business that doesn't allow you to expand and evolve as a person. This is why a lot of my clients really benefit from taking more of a personal brand forward approach. And there's a whole spectrum of being on the personal branding spectrum. You can be a full-blown influencer, high-spectrum personal brand, all the way down to a low-spectrum personal brand with a more corporate-facing brand. Either way, there are so many different ways to make it work for you. But the things that we can no longer keep doing going into 2026 are unconsciously gaslighting ourselves and just keep doing the same things over and over again, expecting a different result, because we know that that is the definition of insanity. That is Webster's dictionary's definition for insanity, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And that is also, that is a function of your probably diagnosed or undiagnosed neurodivergence, is you've tried to follow the same path in the same way that you've been taught that everyone else is doing, and you're just like, it's going to work for me eventually. And maybe at some point it will if you keep doing it long enough. But because you have such big goals and dreams, and because you know you're not playing at the level you could be, you feel like a shooting star in a straitjacket. If that is you, you're in the right place. Because you know that you're capable of more, you know that you need a more optimized way of doing things, because you know you can't keep burning out. And you know that you can't keep afford to continually rebrand and pivot and go on this pendulum swing of, I'm going to get my shit together and I'm going to try to make my business structured and look like everyone else, and I'm going to be a niche expert with one core offer and have one signature message. But then you start what feels like really expansive. You're on the edge of something magnificent, on the edge of glory, Lady Gaga's song. I'm on the edge of glory. You're there, but it starts, you're not sure how to channel it. So it becomes a constant loop and self-sabotaging cycle that makes you swing back into, no, I'm expansive, I'm creative, I'm a visionary. And maybe that looks like you going full send in the personal brand position direction, and you forget all your expertise and you're like, I'm just a creator now. I'm just going to book brand deals and just create content on whatever feels fun, and hopefully that works out. And hey, there is space for brand monetization and brand income. That is a key part of my work, because a lot of my clients don't just want to have one areas of expertise they're profiting from or one income stream. I help you position yourself in a way where you can enable more profitability. It can be really fun. But you also recognize that you don't just want to be creator. You want to bring a bigger vision and meaning and purpose of your work to life. And you want to see yourself reach your full potential. So how do you make space for your multiple areas of expertise, your passions, your creator vision, brand monetization goals? How do you make space for all of that? All of you are, all that you are, all your visions, all your dreams. That's where I want to introduce to you this very freeing concept of the Wealthy Visionary Method, which is what I teach inside my offers, and is going to be coming to you in a more integrated lifestyle embodiment practicing way through the reinvention of my membership, which is going to be relaunching in the new year. Make sure on the Wealthy Visionary newsletter list so you don't miss out on the pre-launch of that. But you know that you are the most capable and influential person often in your industry or in the room that you're in, but you just feel like you keep missing the mark. You keep burning out, or you keep feeling shut down by the strategies and methods that you're teaching, or you feel like you keep reaching some kind of max capacity in some way in your content creation or in your serving or your client load. Like there's some capacity issues. And a lot of those capacity issues to being able to achieve more so you can actually live the wealthy visionary life, no longer being the wounded visionary, is not just increasing your capacity in your systems and your strategies. It's not always about learning more. There is a time and a space for that. But it first starts with shifting your perception of your capacity in your identity. And that means in your self-perception, but that also means in your brand-facing identity and how you're positioning yourself in your business. Because you are probably unconsciously self-sabotaging and limiting yourself in your receiving abilities in your business because you keep positioning yourself in a way that is too small for you to receive on the level you know you're capable of receiving. So I'm going to say this to you because I love you and because I know you're capable, and you need to hear it from me before you have to hear it from a client, before you have to hear it from a business colleague, before you have to keep hearing it from the pain that you're seeing and feeling from your bank account in 2026. You have got to realize that yes, you are the most capable person in the room, but you have to understand that you are the one disabling yourself, not the outside problems or people, and that you have to stop playing the victim in your own story if anything's ever going to change in 2026. I don't even care if you are actually a victim. Let me add in a little caveat. I am not a therapist. I am not a psychologist. I'm not here to be one. There's a reason why I'm not one. I am a coach. I am a mentor. I am a writer. I'm a speaker. I'm here to move you. I'm not here to make you feel completely safe. I am here to move you. I am here to get you to figure it the fuck out and make it happen. Okay? So my words are not always light and fluffy. But I mean well. You have to stop playing the victim in your own business, and what this looks like is trying to launch something, and then mid-launch, you start following a new idea. You start posting just kind of whatever comes to mind, and you forget the launch plan and all the content plans, and you throw them out the window. And you go, no, 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 I had a visionary idea and I had a breakthrough, and you started following what felt like your dopamine direction. Maybe it was mania, maybe it was Maybelline, I don't know. And you started following it. And you're like, no, this felt good, this felt right. I felt like I was following this new lead, this new path, this was going to be good. But then the results don't follow. And so then you start working on this new thing. And then it doesn't quite work out. And then, okay, I'll go back to the other thing. And because that worked before, and that feels safe. And that's what feels like it's responsible for me to do. And so then you work on that again. And then you get bored and the cycle starts again. And then you go, well, this isn't fair. Other people have higher visibility in their social media and are making more sales than me. I don't understand why. I work so hard. I'm so qualified. I'm so capable. But do we see the constant in that story there? I'm not here to shame you, because I speak this to you because I have walked this path and this is who I am. I am able to help you become the wealthy visionary because I was once the wounded visionary. I lived for many years of my life constantly struggling to understand my chronic creativity, all my visionary ideas, partly because I didn't realize that I was really destined to be an entrepreneur. I wasn't meant to just work a 9-to-5. And partly because I lived until I was 25 years old with undiagnosed ADHD. So I lived my life not knowing what that was, not understanding what that was, having my own trauma self-sabotage my life, recreating itself, going in self-sabotaging loops and patterns, constantly stagnating in my business, and in addition to my ADHD, having autoimmune problems that were worsening my depression, causing chronic fatigue, leading to self-sabotaging, further habits, staying up constantly too late, developing like insomnia, binge eating, unhealthy habits, overspending, and I was creating my own hell, but didn't understand fully why was that happening. I knew that I was messy, felt like I was undisciplined, but I also knew I was really depressed and I needed coffee and I needed to go shopping and I couldn't sit still. And so you can know things are true about yourself and know also that certain things are going to serve you better, and know that you've got to find a middle ground. You've got to find a solution. So I bring all this up to say that I'm not here to tell you don't be you, because there is a wave in neurodivergent and ADHD support in life, career, and business right now that is so discipline obsessed that I think it like takes the person out of it. Like, you're still you. You're probably never going to get fully rid of the things that make you divergent, whether that's being chronically creative, multi-passionate, having the disorder of ADHD, right? And I speak to really specifically like ADHD entrepreneurs. I can't speak very specifically to the experiences of autism or bipolar or, other forms of neurodivergence. I do have some clients. I have had clients, a lot of clients over the years who have had other forms of neurodivergence, and my work has been very helpful for them. But I do not treat, diagnose, cure, or cannot say that my work is supportive to that. I just know the lived experience of an ADHDer and what those symptoms look like symptomatically in business. So that's what I support, right? In your identity work, in your confidence, in your business results, in your wealth building, in your leadership. Those are the things that I can help impact you on. But my work organically creates discipline through the act of understanding yourself and no longer self-abandoning yourself and gaslighting yourself and reclaiming your identity. Because your brain is hardwired to want more dopamine. So let's understand that and hack that. Let's work with it. I believe you have the capability of achieving all that you want to. I believe in your full ability, but it's not going to happen in the way that you thought it was going to happen or it should happen. Stop shoulding all over yourself. You know, they say that in the coaching industry a lot. You're shoulding all over me. It's going to happen when you finally understand the subcontext, the subconscious, the subliminal layers, when you read between the lines of your patterns and your story. I love coaching my clients because when you tell me like why you feel like you can't have what you have or what you feel like your limits are, I can almost already tell what the blocks are in your self-perception, in your identity. You reveal so much about yourself just in how you speak about yourself and how you feel victimized in your own life. And it's getting out of your self-victimhood, and you may not even think you're a victim. You may not even think I'm in a victim mentality. But in some capacity, you are, if you are still broke and bitter. You may think that I am a biznatch for saying it, but you need to hear it because it's fucking true. Okay? I'm not here to be fluffy and soft. I am here to help you achieve your full capability and capacity in your identity and in your growth. And that's not going to come from me saying, all love and light, you are perfect the way you are. You are flawed. You know you're flawed. Why don't you accept it and work with it instead of running from it or gaslighting yourself and trying to make yourself fit in a box you were never made to fit? This is where my work is really powerful, because embracing the wealthy visionary path is, first of all, I want you to experiment with that. What would it look like for you to embrace the wealthy visionary path in 2026? Because to me, in my work, that looks like working with your brain. It looks like allowing your brain to follow its dopamine direction, doing more of what you love, building your business around that, and building your organic, wealthy brand movement through following your dopamine direction, unlocking a internal wellspring of go all in ability in your business that enables consistency so you can build a wealthy movement because you genuinely love who you're being, what you're doing, how you're doing it. And so then the sales and the growth and the momentum all just become a byproduct, because making sales in your business isn't actually that hard. I teach sales in a lot of my programs, but I've never actually found the need to spend a ton of time on them. And that may change with the client or the type of program or capacity or whatever, but like generally I've just felt like understanding the concept of sales, understanding the process, the strategies is fairly easy for me to teach, and it's fairly easy for you to do. I'm kind of finding it funny. There's such a big wave of like, become a high ticket seller. If you just master high ticket selling skills, your career is set. And I'm like, oh honey, oh honey. While yes, those skills are great to have, they don't ensure any level of success, because if you do not believe you are the person for the job, if you are self-rejecting and self-sabotaging, and if you don't have your own organic, magnetic brand movement and vision, that tool is useless without something to move it around, right? Sales is a tool that like moves the mechanism. You got to have the thing you're going to move. And so I'm not here to convince you or show you how to build a business. I'm not even here just for like beginners. I'm for those of you who know you are great. You know you've got something in you. Maybe you're still in a 9-to-5, or you've got multiple jobs and multiple passions, or you already have a business, or you're already successful with your business, but you're not completely down and out and like, I hate myself and I don't believe in myself, and I just wish that I could just get out of a 9 to 5, and I'm just looking for freedom and I want to work less. No, you're super dedicated to your vision and your work. You just need to find a way to make it work for you. You want to reach your full embodied CEO self level of your identity and expression, and you want to reach your full growth potential in your business and see that start to actually create wealth, whether that's wealth through impact, through freedom in your life, or through finances, or all of the above. And I used to feel like a victim in my own business. It was so painful for so many years to feel left out on the sidelines, feel like a bench warmer in my own damn business. But I had to realize that if I was going to get myself out of these lack loops in my self-perception, in my identity, in my receiving, in my growth capacity, that I had to start to choose myself and not wait to be chosen. And that's one of the things that I love that Powerhouse helps you with, my brand new program. It is a manifestation of my 7 years of work being formatted into a new higher caliber body of work, because I've been a business coach for 7 years now. Powerhouse helps you start to choose yourself and not wait to be chosen, start to organically create more magnetism in your brand, organic brand growth before ads, boosting your social media. Oh, hello, Heather. Hello. Powerhouse helps you boost your social media engagement organically, because it helps you understand how to see yourself as something great and not wait to be chosen. Because that's the biggest lie of social media, is that we think that I have to wait till my engagement grows, wait till someone reaches out to me, wait for that sale. That's a lie. That is a myth. You choose yourself. You become in love with your vision. You see yourself as the facilitator of your big vision. You allow yourself to unlock your dopamine direction in what you do, and you show up with the passion and level of tenacity and excitement for it. And that energy becomes magnetic. Because what we need to understand, just in brand growth, as in scaling a business, scaling your business is really just doing more of what you love at scale. So it doesn't necessarily mean working less. So if you want your social media to grow, we can't wait on the sidelines of our own brands and our own businesses and be a bench warmer. We have to show up with that same energy, and we have to share, do, and be more of what we love, be more of us, so that can be received, so we can get more of what we want. So many of us are holding ourselves back on receiving more, experiencing more joy, having more connections, having more opportunities, because we think it's got to happen this way. I have to wait to be chosen. I have to wait to get all my shit together. I have to wait till I am somebody else. Well, what if you were ready? What if you were the right person? What if you chose yourself first? What do you think is going to happen? Right there, you already have so much that you can be sinking your teeth into and unraveling your own receiving blocks in your brand growth, in your connection, in your wealth receiving, because you've got all these layers of identity trauma and financial shame or self-sabotaging patterns and behaviors. Well, it can't happen this way. Well, no, I gotta do this first. I love you. But stop it. Stop. Who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for in this story of creating your dream life and business? Are you rooting for broke you? Or are you rooting for wealthy you? Because the wealthy you is still you, with all parts of you integrated. It's the good, it's the bad, it's the ugly, it's the self-sabotage, it's the trauma, it's the ADHD, it's being fat, it's your debt, it's all of it. And then some. It's all parts integrated, fully accepted, and made space for. You're trying to fit yourself in a room you weren't made to grow in, because you're putting yourself in a box in your head or on social media in your brand positioning or with the positioning of your offers and your business model, thinking, I've got to be this way because this is how I've maybe seen it done. This is how I think success is going to look like. Well, why do you keep not being able to do it? Why? Why do you think? Because you're niching yourself as just a one single topic niched expert, when really you're meant to be doing so much more, and so you feel really burnt out and rejected. Self-rejection in your own business. Burnout is not just because you have too much to do or you don't have optimized systems. Burnout is also an organic result of depression from not feeling like you can be all that you can be. And you're like, well, I can't be all that I can be because I have to wait for good things to happen. You decide you are that now. It's not going to happen unless you show up. Show up. Show up. One of the most spiritual acts in your business that you can do is start to show up in your own content every day and to fall in love with your work and yourself and keep showing up anyways without the applause, without the safety of affirmation. Like, that is going to prepare you so much for free for receiving more if you can learn to hold space for what feels like rejection while it's quiet, while it's getting started. That's how all of us start. I started with 0 social media followers. Do you know what I did recently on TikTok? Do you know the fantastic journey I just went on TikTok? I just recently hosted a 30-day mini-series on TikTok where I created content every single day, which I found I don't like doing. I prefer to batch create, but I hosted something called Project Powerhouse, and it was behind the scenes of my brand growth and elevation journey because I was tired of feeling like a victim in my social media. And it's no secret that a lot of us have been struggling with our engagement on Instagram. The very best of us, everyone. So much has changed on the Instagram platform, Meta as a whole. And TikTok is such a wonderful growth driving platform. And I knew that, okay, I've got to figure out how to start to grow on TikTok if I'm going to re-spark my engagement on Instagram and wake up my followers here and get new followers, or just get more people aware of my offers and my brand and get people onto my email list. I've got to master TikTok. And it took me a while. It took me a while to figure out how to start to grow on TikTok. And it wasn't through just like starting with the general, here's how to grow on TikTok, just post 5 times a day. Because I had a lot of resistance to that. Sometimes we can know the right strategies and tools, but we have a lot of resistance. I have actually started to grow on TikTok. And not just like, I had one viral random video. No, I have very intentional growth, and I know why I've been growing. And that growth has now started to translate over to Instagram and my email list. And guess what? People have started to reach out to me and go, Kate, how can I work with you one-on-one? Are you offering coaching right now? When's your membership going to be open? Oh my gosh, where have you been? Literally, someone said that to me the other day. They said, oh my God, where have you been? You are exactly what I need. And I said, you are here by no mistake. Welcome home. Wouldn't you love to have the amount of clarity and confidence to know who you are and what your brand is and what's going to make you great and how to stop self-sabotaging yourself and feel like you are the wealthy visionary, not the wounded visionary? Know how to fit all parts of you in your work and then bring that all the way down into an effective content strategy and actually start growing on TikTok and Instagram and your email and make sales, or book brand opportunities, or grow your visionary ideas and projects. I help my clients in so many different capacities. I've worked with writers, speakers, coaches, artists, small business owners, witches, sex workers. I've had a fun story. This is how I know, like, I work with neurodivergent entrepreneurs and those who are ambitious, unapologetic women. Because I've had several clients do sex work on the side, and not just traditional sex work, like different kinds. There's a whole world out there. So I'm not a coach that you work with and then you're like, well, I still don't know what to do. Guess I'll do OnlyFans. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, adopting the world of being a wealthy visionary does not have to be a one size fits all path. And choosing yourself and to see yourself beyond yourself and accepting all parts of yourself and making space for all parts of yourself can be really beneficial. So being multi-passionate, for example, can be being a stripper and also a coach. Hey, get that bag. No shame. You can do both if you want, or you can quit that and do more of what feels like your purpose. Whatever. I'm all for following your dopamine direction. Okay. There is a lot. I didn't plan on sharing that, but LOL. Okay. So, yes. So fabulous to chat with you today. If you are ready to feel like you are in charge and empowered and know how to grow your brand and business, how to master your self-mastery. If you want to feel like the master of your own success, let's say, as a visionary, multi-passionate, and highly ambitious entrepreneur and creator, here's the things that you can get started with right away today. Number one, you can grab my free 3-day email and audio training mini-series called Shift, helping you shift into your personal brand powerhouse mindset, identity, persona, and strategy. So for 3 days, each day you'll get a educational strategy breakdown or identity activating email, and at the end there will be a little audio training. That is available for you right away today. You can also join the pre-sale of Powerhouse, Personal Brand Powerhouse, where we cover all things uncovering your unique, magnificent, and wealth-building qualities in your personal brand, understanding your archetype on a whole new level, understanding building your movement body, creating your expansion messaging with my expansion messaging method, starting to position yourself by your growth archetype. I have growth archetypes that I custom curated for you. And then bring it into your content strategy, starting to understand how, as a whole, you build your own unique magnetic brand and wealthy brand movement, fitting all multi-passions under one brand umbrella, and starting to build everything brand forward so people are buying you as your personal brand, not just by your expertise, not just by people pleasing, or not just as a niched interest-based creator. This really makes you feel like I'm a powerhouse. I can fit many things under my umbrella. I have a personal brand, and I know how my business can grow and adapt with me and evolve with me. That is Powerhouse. I have more details in my highlights. It is on pre-sale right now for just $597. For the $597, you will receive the course only. And then in January, it is going to be going up to, is it $1,500 for January? It's $1,500 for January for a pre-sale special. The full price will be $2,000 because this is going to be a group program. I am building the course right now, and it's going to be releasing in January. And then when it's released at the $1,500 and $2,000 price point, then you will have a group component. So you can get it for a third. So the third of the price, I can't do math. Is that a fourth of the price? You can get it for a very large discount, just $597 now. And I offer Klarna and Afterpay. So really excited for you to grab that. I am also going to be opening up my one-on-one coaching spots for 2026. I will be taking on a small client load for those of you who already have established brands and businesses and you are working on growing and scaling it more with a wealthy visionary approach, more of the multi-passionate approach, building your magnetic wealthy brand movement and building your brand world. So maybe you're now expanding out into new brand projects, brand monetization, writing, speaking, and maybe you're also working on holding the capacity for more in your business. That is more for you when you're when you're in your expansion era. So that is for you. If you want to know more about how we can work together one-on-one, just DM me. I don't try to sell you. I don't believe in selling anyone on my offers. I believe in helping you make the best informed decision for yourself. And oftentimes that is my offers. And sometimes I'll let you know you need to go somewhere else. So don't be afraid to reach out. I would love to hear from you. I would love to get to know more about your business. And I can give you a couple clarifying and guiding next steps, but I also don't give out free coaching either. So I would love to hear from you. I would love to show you exactly how I can be supporting you in your expansion and growth era. You can get Powerhouse now on pre-sale. You can grab Shift for free. And if you're not sure what sounds good for you, just make sure on the Wealthy Visionary newsletter list, because I've got a new free 5-day mini training series coming out in January, which I'm really excited about, which I'm thinking about hosting it live on YouTube too. So I don't know. You can subscribe to YouTube, get on my email list. There'll be some really cool things happening in the new year. Okay, thank you so much for joining me for week 3 of Powerhouse Live. I hopped on here a little late today, so thank you for watching the replay. This was so good. This was so good. I always feel so empowered and inspired after my own lives. I'm like, wow, she's a really good coach. I feel like I channel like a different version of me, or like my higher self. Would you look at that, my higher self? I am channeling boss babe, boss bitch, embodied CEO Kate. Yes, honey, yes, queen. Okay, now I'm rambling. Oh, Merry Christmas Eve, by the way. Celebrate. Today's Christmas Eve. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of my office soon. I'm just here for a couple hours, and then I'm gonna go do festivities. Okay, friends, I'm gonna wrap up. Thank you so much for joining me. See you on the Wealthy Visionary newsletter list, and I will be back here for Powerhouse Era live next week, Wednesday, December 31st, 2025. Last day of the year. I'll be doing the last live of this series, so I've got another one coming. Okay, I'll chat with you soon. Bye.